salute. I hope everyone has enjoyed their college football Saturday. Happy Saturday night to everyone. Happy Saturday night. I am Armando Black. My panel, UKNEW Sniper. Welcome to the First and 10 post game show, week 13. Thank you very much for being here with us this evening. Salute. We had, man, turn of events today. Turn of events today. I can Sniper. You knew. Wow, what a day today has been. Salute to everyone. Salute to everyone in the chat. Salute.
Hey, Armando, stop doing that.
Oh,
Hey, you said that you said I hope everybody enjoyed their football Sunday. Ole Miss
Mhm.
did enjoy their football Saturday.
A lot of fan bases then, but that's even though your team lost. I'm still gonna wish you a happy Saturday. A
Yeah,
happy Saturday night.
but it seemed like just rubbing it in.
Nah, nah.
all right.
Yeah.
Hey, Armando. Hey, Sniper. How you doing? How's everybody doing in the chat? And for those that are going to be here later, thank you for coming through. All right, y'all can go ahead and talk.
Yeah.
Um, man, where can I start? That committee has got to be. They got to have egg on their faces right now, cause listen, they got to do some shuffling. Salute to you, 225 girl. Salute, Slam Newton. Salute to you. They got to do some shuffling, some reshuffling. But first things first. First things first. Florida fans, I just want to say something to you, Florida fans.
Mm-hmm.
All you Florida fans, and I told every last one of you, give the man time. I saw what the man did down in Louisiana. I said, give the man time. You want to go out there and get a big name head coach and reach for the stars when you already have a star right there. Bill Napier, let's go down the list now. Let's go down the list. He took Tennessee. Florida took Tennessee to the limit. All right. With injuries. They were hit with injuries this year. They took Tennessee to the limit. Took my Georgia Bulldogs to the limit. To the limit. All right. To the fourth quarter until we started beating the brakes off of them. They beat LSU last Saturday. They beat LSU last Saturday, and today they beat Ole Miss. Bill Napier, listen, leave that man alone. Leave that man alone. Let that man do his job. All of this talk about going to get Dion and trying to get Steve Spurrier to come out of retirement, trying to get Bob Stoops to come out of retirement. Uh, Lane Kiffin, you will be. Let me tell you something. Lane Kiffin got out coached today. If you are a Florida fan and you still are thinking about bringing this man to replace Bill Napier, you are the fool. You would be a big fool because what's going to happen is you're gonna piss this man off, and he's going to end up leaving and going to Baton Rouge and winning a national title down there at LSU. Don't let that happen because LSU is sitting back. They are praying, hoping that y'all fire Bill Napier. The LSU fans are praying for that, just like Bama fans are praying for the day that Georgia let Kirby go, and that'll never happen. Never, never.
Sorry for
I
you.
don't give a damn if Kirby have a season where he goes 0 and 12. He ain't going nowhere. Those two national titles count for something. We finna build this man a statue in front of Sanford Stadium. He ain't going nowhere. He ain't going nowhere. His legacy is cemented right here. He's home. And he's going to be here until he retires. But Florida, you got you a good head coach. Don't make the same mistake that you made with Dan Mullen. Getting a knee-jerk reaction when things go bad and want to run the damn coach out of town. Don't do that. You got a good one.
225 girl hit it right on the point, right on the spot. Florida could have wrapped this up and said, you know what, we just going for next year. But um, she is absolutely right. They didn't give up. Um, their starting quarterback went down, and they still fought to the end.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly about they should. They need to keep this man. They need to keep this man, build on what he can do, because if who else you gonna go out there and get? You can say that you want to go and get Deion Sanders, but then now you're on a rebuilding again. You don't want that. You don't want to rebuild. You want to build on what you got right now,
Hmm.
right? Nobody, and I'm gonna be honest with y'all, and we talked about this earlier. I don't believe Deion is going anyplace. I don't believe he's going to the NFL. I don't think he's going to another team. I think he's going to build on what he has right now.
I'll say this: if Dion leaves Colorado, it'll be for the NFL. It'll be for an NFL job. It won't be for another head coaching position in college football. I just don't see that happening. All right. He got a good thing at Colorado, and like I said, who is more talked about in sports uh, for the last 2 months? Dallas or Colorado?
Colorado.
I'm seeing more talk about Colorado. Who's more talked in the media, in the sports media? Dion or Jerry Jones? Dion.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'll give them about I'll give them more about 50-50, but I think it's more positive for Dion and negative for
Hmm.
Jerry Jones. That's it.
Hmm.
So I say 50-50, but on the wrong end of the spectrum.
And it would be no benefit at all, no benefit at all for Dion to get caught up in that situation because you just gave Dak $250 million. You just gave Dak $250 million contract, which means you really have no cap space. So it makes no sense to go to Dallas. Now, if you're going to take an NFL job, why not go back home to Florida? Let it be Jacksonville or Tampa or Miami. Now, I'm also hearing that, NFL is getting ready to expand. They're getting ready to expand. They're thinking about putting a team in St. Louis and putting a team in Orlando. Have you heard about that?
No.
Yeah, yeah, they're looking to expand. All the leagues are going to expand. The NHL is going to expand. They're they just approved a deal up in Forsyth County where they're going to build a new hockey arena
Oh yeah.
the new Atlanta NHL team.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Yeah, all the leagues are going to expand. You already know the NBA is getting ready to expand. They're going to put a team in Vegas and they're going to put a team in Seattle. So what's going to happen is New Orleans and San Antonio will more than likely be moved over to the Eastern Conference.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. New Orleans or Dallas probably will go to the Eastern Conference. Yeah, yeah.
Going into the half, it is 21-7 Notre Dame.
21. So I I figured that Notre Dame is you can't read too much in the Northern Illinois game, no more than you could read. And back in 2019, we lost to a terrible South Carolina team at home in Sanford Stadium. Sometimes it happens. So I can you say what I want to say on here, but sometimes it happens.
Yeah.
And look, but we went on and we won the East and was playing for a SEC championship game that year.
But only thing is that again, just like the Navy Notre Dame game, Army is shooting themselves in the foot uh, with a block punt, um, and they have a spread offense. But why are they still using the wing T offense? If you can pass the ball, Army, pass the ball.
They're not built to beat Notre Dame. I'm just being totally honest with you. They're not they're not built to beat Notre Dame. They
Hmm.
have the team is very small in stature. They're not they're not built to beat Notre Dame. They're not.
Hope Riley gets another pro team that Triangle always support. What type of team you talking about down there in Raleigh? Slam Newton.
I think it'll be a soccer team before anything. A soccer team, a professional soccer team, women and men's professional soccer team, and I could see Raleigh getting a baseball franchise because North Carolina they love their baseball. The Carolinas, North Carolina and South Carolina, they love their baseball.
Yeah,
Yeah. So we're gonna go on with the Q&As. Uh, all right.
All right. Who should get most of the blame for the Ole Miss losing to Florida today? Armando.
Definitely Lane Kiffin. Lane Kiffin spent the entire week politicking the college football committee. It was politicking, and did not one time did not have a real press conference about Florida. Anytime your team comes off a bye week and lays an egg like what they did today, that's on the coaches. I put that on the coaches. There's no way in hell that this team should have came out there flat like that. They it seems like they did more after they beat Georgia. It seems like they didn't do any practicing. Salute to you, Jim. They didn't do any practicing, didn't watch any film. It just seemed like, okay, well, we beat Georgia. That's our Super Bowl. That's our national championship. And they just didn't, they weren't ready today. They did not come out into that game ready. Florida wanted it more. Florida needed that game to become bowl eligible. Ole Miss, all they had to do was win that game today. And win the last two games, and they were in the playoffs.
yep,
And they blew it. They blew it. They blew it. They are eliminated, officially eliminated. They have two bad losses. Kentucky, an unranked Kentucky, and an unranked Florida. Lane Kiffin is to blame for that.
I agree with you. I definitely agree with you. Lane Kiffin did not prepare them boys at all. Um, Lane Kiffin, like you said, was rather this week instead of focusing on his team and looking ahead he rather look ahead and say this, that, and the third about the playoffs.
Hmm.
Your team suffered for that. You talked a big game about what's going on, Bacardi. Uh,
Salute, Bacardi. Salute to your brother.
uh, you talked a big game about all this stuff, but you did not prepare your team not one bit. Um, and your team's going to suffer for it, and you're going to sit back and watch every team, at least one team that you beat, get an opportunity to play in the doggone championship in the playoffs.
Salute to you, Meek Meek. Salute to you.
Hey,
Salute to you. Yeah, 9 times out of 10 it'll be one because I don't see Texas A&M getting in there. Who all did Ole Miss beat? Who did Ole Miss beat? Ole Miss beat Texas A&M. Oh yeah, only one team that they beat to get in there.
mm-hmm. That exactly.
You knew.
All right. Florida excuse me,
AD
Scott.
at Florida AD.
Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. My bad.
Hmm.
Florida AD Scott Strickland is looking like a genius right now. Yes or no? Sniper. My bad. I'm just used to saying ad. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's week 11, and
13.
week 13, and
Mhm.
you're still. We're gonna have to work on this in the off season. Hey, but
You
you
gonna
have to do.
you know
Hey,
what?
listen,
Hold up, hold
you
up, hold
still
up, hold
have
up,
you
hold,
still
hold
have
the heck
look.
up.
Hey, hold on.
Hold the heck up. No,
You
no,
still
no,
had
no,
a
no, no.
great
I'm
and
gonna
you
Come
do
on,
had a
come
this.
on,
great
y'all.
roo-
Come on, come on, come
look.
on.
You had a
Mm.
great rookie season.
Hello, everybody in the chat. How you doing?
You had a great rookie season, so you good. Um, I think that Florida AD. I don't think he looked like a genius right now, but he made some good choices. Um, I think it's more of the coaching that looks more of a genius right now to keep his players involved, keep his players with that mentality that we're not going to quit. But at the end of the day, it came down to the coaching. I know we're going with this about having picking the coach for Florida, but at the end of the day, I think it leans more towards the coaches than they do anything else.
Okay, well, I'm going to give some pushback on that. I always knew Bill Napier had it in him. Okay, Bill Napier, he because of what he did at Louisiana. I always there was a reason why LSU wanted him because he's a damn good coach. I always knew he had that in him. But the Florida fans are very very impatient. They're very impatient. They're like I say next to the Tide fans are the most impatient fan base in college football. Um, they've been calling for this man's job for the last 2 years. Even in year one, you had Florida fans that wanted to fire the man. So but Scott Strickland went against the grain when he put out that tweet. When he put out that tweet, remember and remember, I was talking about that on the dog call. When he put out that tweet, man, you just don't know how many Florida fans with negative comments, talking about getting rid of Scott Strickland. You had some of them idiots calling in on the Paul Feinbaum show, ranting and raving about Scott Strickland's decision. Scott Strickland tonight is looking like a damn genius. He's looking like a damn genius. now who's now the thing is Lane Kiffin, his stock went down today tremendously. His stock is went down. His stock went down. He's going to have to reevaluate himself. And the thing is, you spent all that money in the transfer portal because you got the players, you got the talent. That ain't the problem. You spent all that money for the talent, but it couldn't translate on the field. Couldn't translate on the field with a very easy schedule. An easy schedule. The only top 10 team on Ole Miss's schedule right now is Georgia. That was it. They didn't have to play Bama. They didn't have to play Texas. They didn't have to play Tennessee. They didn't have to play. I mean, it was Georgia and pretty much the lower tier. They didn't. I don't even think they had to play Vanderbilt. Ole Miss didn't have to play Vanderbilt or South Carolina.
Yeah, I don't think they play. No, they. I think they did play South Carolina at the beginning, didn't they?
Mm-mm. That was
Mm,
Kentucky.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Next question here. You knew?
All right. Indiana is not a legit playoff team. Yes or no, Armando?
No. Nope. They're not. The sad thing about it is Ole Miss blew outside. Okay. Okay. All right. I stand correct. I stand correct. I don't think they'll do that to them now. Um, Indiana's not a legit playoff team. They haven't beaten anybody. And I said that this morning. They have not been tested. They have not beaten any legit team. They have not, I mean, they didn't even play Illinois. They have not played the only team in the upper tier, in the upper tier echelon of the Big Ten that they faced was Ohio State. And they failed that test today. Now, the unfortunate thing about it, because Ole Miss lost today, and because Ohio State took it easy on them, because Ryan Day implemented the mercy rule, and he could have ran the score up if he wanted to. They could have easily ran the score up, but they only lost by what 20 some points. I highly doubt the committee dropped them all the way out of the top 12. They won't be in no top 5. They won't be hosting no playoff game. If they get in the playoffs, they'll be traveling. They'll be traveling.
I agree with you. I think that Indiana, again, their body of work was not impressive.
Mm-mm.
Not one bit. They beat teams that they supposed to beat. Uh, they beat teams that any other Power Five team could beat on any given day. Uh, Indiana snuck in by just by the teams that they beat, and it wasn't impressive. So, no, I don't believe they're the legit playoff team. Um, Even when they make it to the playoffs, whatever team they'll be out the first round. I'm gonna tell you, I'm going to predict that even if they make it and they got to travel, I predict that they'll go down to uh, 10. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and but I think that they'll be out the first round.
Mm-hmm. I said that whether they're hosting or whether they're traveling, they'll be out the first round. I think Indiana will be out the first round. Penn State will be one and done. Indiana will be one and done, and Notre Dame will be one and done. Those three teams, in my opinion, are not legit playoff teams. They just benefited from a very soft schedule. If Penn State played Florida's schedule, Penn State would have 4 or 5 losses. Or Penn State played Auburn's schedule, they would have 4 or 5 losses. If Penn State played Georgia's schedule, they would have 4 or 5 losses. They would not be 11-1 or 10-1.
I think if Penn State would have played Georgia, I think they'll be. I think they'll be 0-13 right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because all you got to do is you take away that tight end, they're done.
Oh yeah.
They don't have playmakers. And you know one thing about Kirby, that's his specialty, taking away your best player. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
All right, you knew.
All right. The Dallas Cowboy head coaching job talk was a major distraction for the Colorado Buffaloes this week. Yes or no, Sniper? Sorry, Lola was barking. Sorry.
That's a
Lola, hey Lola, I agree with you. It was a great distraction, but at the end of the day, I think that Colorado just got outplayed today. Even if the even if there was no talk about the job offer or um, the job talk for the Cowboys, I think that Kansas State was just going to continue doing what they been doing all year or doing the last couple of weeks. Kansas State came in and they beat 3 ranked teams in 3 weeks. So they was coming in heavy, hot and heavy already. I just think that I think that Colorado just got outplayed today.
uh salute to you, Kenny and Lauren. Kenny and Lauren Jones, salute to you. Salute to you. She said, I mean, I don't think he would have gotten Juju Lewis to stay without either lying or telling the truth. I you know, Juju, it ain't Juju can always decommit. He ain't signed anything, not that I know of. He hasn't signed anything yet. It's not official yet, so he hasn't signed his letter of intent, so it's not over yet. I really hope that if Prime if he is intended on taking the head coaching job, because I'm not just hearing about the Cowboys head coaching job, I'm also hearing about the Raiders. The Raiders want him also. The Allen, they've reached out to him. The management from the Raiders have reached out to him. It's been said that the Raiders and the Cowboys both want him. So, has it been a distraction? Yes, it has been a distraction. Not only that, the Heisman talk has been a distraction. And I'm also the thing about it, when it's too many egos, too many prima donnas on one squad, that can cause some bickering. And it felt like it was some little bickering going out there late in the fourth quarter. There was a little bickering between Shador and Travis. Like, one play, Shador was trying to get the ball, and I don't know what happened. He threw it one way, Travis was going another way, and Travis did his arms like that and just was staring them down. So I don't know what's going on with that. But they're still alive. They aren't eliminated yet. They still have a slither of hope of getting to Dallas and playing for the Big 12 championship. Salute to you, Alpha Buckeye. Salute to you.
Hey, Alpha Buckeye, it's been a minute. How you doing? Okay, sorry.
But congratulations to Arizona State for wrapping up a spot in Dallas in the Big 12 championship today. Great job. I think anytime you got a chance to close a game out, you close the game out. Go ahead and score the damn touchdown and close it out. I don't know what the hell that was they were trying to do at the end of the game. Running around, running backwards. That almost backfired because
Mm-hmm.
that kid from BYU almost that close. He almost had an SP moment. That would have been an SP moment.
What's going on, Buckeye? You've been missing for a while now. I know your team wasn't everything that you thought they were, but you've been missing for a while, Buckeye. What's up with you?
Right. You've been missing in action. I haven't seen you in a
Mm.
minute.
Yeah, your team balling. They balling. They did what they had to do today. Should have beat them, should have hung about 50 or 60 on them. Ohio State could have hung 50 or 60 on Indiana today easily. 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 That was like watching a college football team playing a JV team. Indiana had no business on the same field with Ohio State. That was that was just ugly. Ugly.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you knew.
All right. The Tennessee Volunteers are, what was that?
I don't know. One of y'all got something playing in the background, loud.
I ain't got nothing going on
Go
at
ahead.
all. All right. Tennessee Volunteers are back in the CFP playoff picture right now. What do you think about that, Armando? What you think? What you think?
They send Scott Strickland a Christmas card. Tennessee fans, send that man a Christmas card. Send DJ Lagway a Christmas card because they saved your season. The Florida Gators saved your season. And you might want to send a thank you card to Ryan Day and to and Will Howard and Jeremiah Smith also. Because between Ohio State beatdown of Indiana and Florida bailing you out down there in the swamp, congratulations, you back in it. You back in it. Long as you take care of business next Saturday against Vanderbilt. But other than that, you back in it. You'll see Tuesday. You're right back in it. You're right back in the dance.
Score update. If anybody
Hmm.
would know, Auburn is beating Texas A&M 21-7. Just want to throw
Yeah.
that out there to y'all.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
quarter? What
Sec-
quarter?
Second quarter.
Oh, they got that. They got it. It's all
You
right.
remember we thought they had it against Missouri. Remember, the only thing
That's
about
okay.
Auburn don't close games out well. So, but I picked them.
Oh, I didn't
I
choose Auburn. I didn't choose Auburn.
Yeah, you picked the Aggies. So I'm pulling for them though. I'm
Mhm,
pulling for them.
mhm,
I am pulling for them.
mhm.
I
Hey
picked that.
Slam, I look, man. I don't know. Can they beat Miami? We're gonna find out in 2 weeks. SMU gon' SMU gonna get their chance, just like Indiana. Everybody was waiting to see what Indiana would do today. Everybody want to see what SMU gonna do 2 weeks from now in Charlotte when they see Miami or Clemson.
Mm, mm, mm. Um, I don't know if I still think that there's going to have to be a lot more shakeups to get Tennessee uh, into the college playoff. Um,
They in, bro. They
I,
in. They in. Somebody only remember they were one spot behind us. They only have 2 losses. They have a win over Bama. They have a damn good win. Ole Miss gonna drop out, and that's gonna put Tennessee right. But remember, all Tennessee needed was for Notre Dame, because remember we went over this last night. They needed Notre Dame to win. I mean Notre Dame to lose, Ole Miss to lose, Texas to lose, or Bama to lose. And Ole Miss lost. That puts Tennessee right back in it.
mm,
Yeah, they're right back in it.
we'll see on Tuesday.
Yeah, you'll
Uh,
see them in there. You'll see
okay.
them in the bracket.
Slam,
Guaranteed.
you're gonna Slam when you go to the ACC. Are you gonna be recording? Are you going live? I'm just asking.
The SEC. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. You knew I almost jumped in, did your
You
job.
almost read my yeah. You
Yeah.
almost did my job. Like what is really going on here? All right. The SEC could still get five teams, okay, in
Hmm.
the CFP playoffs this year. Yes or no? Sniper, it's your turn. You awake?
Yeah, I'm awake.
I was just wondering.
Who? Let's see.
As you get old, you kind of like fall asleep in between, our questions. I'm just saying.
You're the only one in this group that's received Social Security already. Be quiet. Listen,
Boy, you crazy.
I, I do not.
Boy,
That's a
you
lie.
crazy. Boy,
That's a
you
lie.
crazy.
I ain't that old. I ain't that old. I am not that old.
You getting AARP letters though.
hmm
Tell the truth.
Oh, don't play with me. Do not play with me. See
hey,
that? You see how they
yeah,
wait. Shh, you guys be quiet over here. Be quiet on the panel. You see how
listen,
they be doing me up
Texas,
in the chat? Do you see how they be doing me? They be wrong with me. They just do me wrong every time I turn around. They do me wrong.
and this dude just
Mm-mm-mm.
muffed the punt. Oh, score update. It is 3-3 in the second quarter. Alabama and Oklahoma.
Mm.
Oh, Oklahoma gonna wear Alabama out. Boy, I can't wait for common sense to come in here when Alabama be dropping them balls.
Uh,
Literally.
so to go to your question,
Hmm.
let's see. Texas, Georgia, Alabama.
Bama,
If they
if they
if they,
win tonight.
if they win tonight, Bama,
Tennessee.
Tennessee, possibly South Carolina. That's five.
This is the
There's
problem with South Carolina. Oh, go ahead, man. I ain't mean jumping from the buffet line, bro. You know
no,
that
that's all
ain't my.
right. Hey, man, I'll let you scoot in when you get in. Um, but I think who do they need to lose? South Carolina needs Alabama to lose to get in. No, because I'd be bad for it too. I don't know. I see three in a P, but I don't see five.
Okay, now um, I don't see 5 for the simple fact, and it ain't really got nothing to do with what's going on in the Big Ten. It don't have anything to do with Indiana because, like I said, when Indiana scored that last touchdown, okay, Ohio State put their backups in, and Indiana scored that last touchdown. I think Indiana pretty much saved their playoff fate, but they will be, like you said, they will be a lower tier, 11, 10 or 11. Okay, 10 or 11 seed. This may be the problem. If, let's just say if, salute to you, Marquise Mar Taylor, go Ohio State. I hope we play Georgia in the national championship game. Salute to you, Armando and 20s family. Man, we
You
got
don't.
a long way to go before I think that far ahead. But thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Marquise Mar Taylor. Salute to you.
Hey, you don't want that. You don't want that smoke just
I
yet, bro.
ain't even, bro, after what I saw today, bro, I ain't finna talk no smack to no fan base, bro. We got a lot of work to do. We got a lot of work to do, bro. I ain't even sit up here in front, bro. We got a lot of work to do. But a one loss in Miami, they would consider putting a one loss. Okay, if Miami loses to SMU, hypothetically, okay, so SMU would be the ACC champion. So if you have a situation between Miami that's sitting there at 11-2, and South Carolina sitting there at 9-3, I think that committee would put that 11-2 Miami team over that 9-3 South Carolina team, Sniper. I could be wrong, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, bro. 4 Big 10 and 4 SEC plus Notre Dame. Group of 5 ACC Big 12 champion. What I think they're doing is I think that they are trying not to put. They're going against the narrative of putting in a more SEC teams than any of everybody else. If you look at what they're doing right now,
Hmm.
I think they're trying to keep uh, 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 less as possible SEC teams in because that's all that's been in the championship games. Golly, Michigan put 50 up on Northwestern. I didn't know that. Uh,
Hmm.
but yeah, I think that's what they're trying to do.
I disagree. I think everything okay with a 12. Okay, if it was 4 teams, yeah, I would agree with you on that. 8, yes. 12, that situation can't help but to manifest itself.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I was saying on the dog call. I was telling dog fans, calm down. Everything's gonna work itself out. Um, because when you play teams that don't have anything to lose, or you playing a team that's trying to become bowl eligible, that's their playoff game. I mean, like Auburn is playing for a shot at a bowl game. So Auburn, this is their postseason. This is their playoff. And the same thing with Florida. They're trying to do everything. They want to become bowl eligible. Just like Ole Miss wanted to take a closer step to the playoffs. But I will say this, Sniper. I'm going to make this prediction right now. Listen to me real good. Next year,
Mm-hmm.
the SEC going to get about 5 or 6 teams in. I'm going to tell you why. You got Florida coming, and you got South Carolina coming.
Mm-hmm.
And the only reason why the Big Ten got 4 in this year is because Penn State got a soft schedule. They drew a soft schedule, and Indiana drew a soft schedule. It's every year what happened in the Big Ten is not going to happen. It will be situation where the Big Ten will get 2 or 3 teams in. on the average. And that'll be Oregon, Ohio State, and maybe one more if Michigan comes back. That's what it's going to be, Sniper. Moving forward, because Michigan is going to eventually come back. You will see Ohio State, Oregon, and Michigan in the playoffs every year. And that'll open the door for one more SEC school. And I'm going to tell you something else, too. Notre Dame is not going to be this good every year. They're not. I don't even see Marcus Freeman staying there that long. I don't see him staying there that long. I see Marcus Freeman. That's who could more than likely possibly end up in the NFL with an NFL head coaching job.
Mm.
Marcus Freeman.
I could see I could see him coming down to take one of these SEC teams. I think he'll do very well in one of these SEC teams if they give up their coach.
No,
Or go to
no,
Florida State.
no. The only team, the only program that he will leave Notre Dame for would be Ohio State. He will go back home to Ohio State. If something happens with Ryan Day, if Ryan Day decide to, Cleveland Browns come a calling or the Cincinnati Bengals coming, which could happen. It could happen. One of them come a calling for Ryan Day and want to lure him from Ohio State. I can see Marcus Freeman going to Ohio State and becoming the head coach up there.
Mm-hmm.
But going to Florida State is a mess, Sniper. It's not an attractive job. It is a mess down there. It really is. It's a dumpster fire. And I think it's karma because I don't like the way they did Bobby Bowden, the late great Bobby Bowden. They just
Yeah.
shoved that man on out the door. I don't like the way that was done.
Oh man. What we got? Mm,
All
That's
right,
it.
man. You yawning, bro. So we
Hey,
almost.
hey.
I told you, you're getting old.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Y'all had to get some B12s or something, bro.
Man, you just yawned too.
I
Who
did not
is
yawn.
y'all?
I did not yawn.
Hold up,
I'm wide
hold
awake.
up, wait, hold
I'm
up,
wide
wait a
awake, bro.
minute.
I am
I
nowhere near
know
sleep.
you ain't.
I am
Hold up,
wide
wait.
awake.
I said, hold up, wait a minute. I know you ain't saying nothing about nobody falling asleep. I am not falling asleep.
You knew. We don't know what you're doing behind the avatar.
Yeah,
We don't know.
Oh,
We
I'm not
we
don't.
don't
asleep.
know.
Trust and believe I'm not asleep. You know I'm not
Yeah,
asleep.
Alpha Buck, I say, yeah, Florida State is in a bad situation. They are in a terrible conference, and their TV deal gives them way less money than the Big Ten, the SEC. Florida State will eventually join the Big Ten. That's another thing, too. Look for that in the next 2 years. Florida State will eventually join the Big Ten. The ACC will probably dissolve. Clemson, North Carolina State, North Carolina, Miami. I can see them coming to the SEC, and Florida State and everybody else going to the Big Ten. Boston College, Syracuse, all the rest of them going to the Big Ten. I really
Oh
don't see that.
snap!
Well, salute to you, common
Oh
sense.
snap! Oh snap! Somebody been looking for you all
Oh,
day long.
What?
Sense.
wee.
What
What
about it?
up, Common? What up, Common? Mm-hmm.
What LSU doing?
Mm-hmm.
That game has that game started yet?
Yeah, that game don't start.
Now let me check it out.
Alphabet
Common
got
Man,
that.
Common sense came over here so he can wear that doggone outfit. That's what he gonna do. That's what you
Uh,
gonna do.
Alpha. Y'all didn't agree on the bet. Y'all didn't go. One of y'all was scared. The other one was glad. Their TV deal ain't up there until 2036. ESPN not letting them out of their grant. Oh man, they're gonna be a dumpster fire for a long time. Yeah, yeah.
hey Armando,
Hmm.
tie game 7-7 for the Vanderbilt LSU game
That's a damn shame.
in the second quarter with four.
That's egregious. That is just straight egregious. All that talent LSU had coming in, all of that talent. All I mean, come on, man. Five loaded with five
Hey,
stars and to underachieve like that. Brian Kelly gotta go. But like I
yeah.
said,
What quarter? What quarter?
It's the second quarter with a minute 55 left.
Okay.
Okay. Before we get off this thing, I got a question for everybody in the chat in this panel.
hmm
Um, Alabama is about to go into the halftime tied at 3 with 51 seconds left in the second quarter. Y'all,
that that's what remember Tennessee did. Tennessee kept Bama out the end zone most of the day. So
big bro, but that's Tennessee. We talking about we're talking about Oklahoma, who has not
Oklahoma,
had.
Oklahoma defense is stout, bro.
I know, but they haven't had an SEC win yet.
You know what though? Next year, next year they're gonna be different, bro. I'm telling you. That's gonna be a team. That's gonna be a team to reckon with next year.
You said it. Hey, but here's my question: Should not Shador, the quarterback for Colorado, pushes a ref.
Mm-hmm. Shador.
Um, Shador pushed the ref. They got scrappy on the field. The ref is trying to separate for them getting into a fight. Shador pushes the ref and no flag was thrown. He continued to
Wow.
talk trash into the ref's face and no flag was thrown. If that had, do y'all believe if that was anybody else, do you think they would have got a flag and ejected? Because if you touch the ref any type of way, you can even put
That,
your arm around the shoulder, and they have the opportunity to throw you out the game. If it was
yeah, don't they
anybody else,
penalize you?
they,
Don't they get penalized?
hold on. You gonna get the answer first because you don't get to answer much questions. Should if that was anybody
Hmm.
else, if that was
No,
anybody else,
he didn't.
I'm being polite to you. Chill out. If that was anybody else, do you think they would have got a
Hmm.
flag and ejected from the field? And do you think Shador should have got ejected from the game? You knew.
Should he have gotten ejected from the game?
Yes, 'cause if
He,
you touch the ref, you get
I know
ejected.
that's just like touching a police, right? So yeah, definitely. Regardless of who they are, they should have definitely got him. But hey,
Yeah,
Armando.
that's it. Yeah, that's an easy question, man. He should have got ejected. He should have
hmm
got. I'm surprised he didn't get ejected and then get suspended for next week's game against Oklahoma State.
I'm just glad it wasn't Travis Scott because yeah,
Travis Hunter.
Hunter. I'm sorry.
This chick said
Um,
Travis Scott. Oh my god.
yeah.
This is
See that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is a sign of a person that has gone days without sleep,
Who the heck
trying
is
to fight
Travis
it,
Scott? No,
trying
that's
to
a
fight it,
rapper. Wait,
trying to
that's a
be
rapper.
cool and fight it.
That's a rapper, right? Isn't Travis Scott a rapper?
he plays the drums if I remember correctly.
No, because he's with one of the Kardashian girls.
He plays the drums. He's a drummer.
Whatever he is. But anyway, you know who I was talking about. Travis Hunter. My bad, Travis. I really wouldn't have never done anything like that to you. I'm sorry. Forgive me, son. Forgive me.
Yeah, yeah. That's and by him not getting any kind of discipline or anything like that, that sends a bad message to the rest of the team.
Right.
And
I
I
agree.
just hate it. I just hate. I didn't hear about that until you just brought it up. And man, Jason Whitlock is gonna eat that up. That's gonna be headline story. Jason Whitlock, he's gonna eat that up. because Jason Whitlock is Dion's biggest critic.
Hey, LSU just scored.
About time. About damn time.
Thir- yeah, common sense. It's
Mm,
like it's not an old couple. It's that brother sister syndrome. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah,
It
yeah.
ain't no old couple. Because I'm
Nah.
old, brother. I'm only 43. Now, if you ask her age, you might have a different opinion about it, about the old thing. But hey, yeah,
Yeah, Alpha, he
I look younger than you any day. Stop playing with me. Even if you were 30, I'd still look younger than you. Stop playing with me.
that's a lie.
No, I was just kidding.
Anyway, go ahead.
I was kidding.
Alpha Alpha he I don't all that teabagging that he be doing, man. That ain't hilarious to me, bro. It's the act. He ain't what comes out of Whitlock mouth, what you hear comes out of his mouth, all of that buck dancing that you hear come out of his mouth, that ain't him in real life. That is not him in real life. It's not. He doing that. He doing all of that. The things he say, he doing it for this right here. He doing it for the money. For
Mm-hmm.
Glenn Beck. Glenn Beck, that paycheck from Glenn Beck.
Hey, I got a common sense. I need you to
He
close your ears for.
he's a hypocrite, Alpha. He's a hypocrite because he's fake. He's not being. That's not who he is. Just trust me. It's not. Do some research on that man. He is not what you hear him coming out of his mouth on Fearless. That's not the real Jason Whitlock. It's not. He's masquerading. He's masquerading as Larry Elder or Clarence Thomas or somebody.
Hey, common sense. Close your ears on this one. I don't want to. I don't want to tell you this, but it is 10-3 going into halftime.
Listen, man. Look, I told everybody these frauds are being exposed. They are being exposed. Indiana, look, thank you, Ohio State. Thank you, Ryan Day. Thank you, Quinshawn Jurston. Thank you, Jeremiah Smith. Big thanks to Caleb Downs. Great kickoff return. That boy, I told you, man, that boy's bad. Man, that boy's bad. Great job, Ohio State, for exposing Indiana for the frauds that they are. They have no business in anybody's playoff bracket. No business.
Common sense. If you watching the LSU game, I'm waiting for that avatar to change into LSU. I'm just saying.
Did you bet on it?
Y'all didn't bet on nothing. One
I
of
don't
y'all was
care.
scared, the other one was glad.
Yeah, you go ahead. You gonna go ahead and put your little avatar into LSU, and then come up on the panel with that big LSU. You don't have to have Tiger or nothing like that. Just go ahead and put the LSU on there. It ain't gonna hurt nothing.
But why would he do that? And y'all haven't bet on nothing. You.
Because I'm telling him he could do that, and then I'll put the Alabama if they win. I'm just saying.
I mean, again, I do applaud you for your rookie year as a sports commentator. I do
She
applaud
did great.
you. You
She
did
she
great.
did. Oh my God, she did great. They
I
love
mean,
her too.
they love
I'm
you.
getting some feedback. Yeah, who is that? Who is that? Oh, they love you, new. Love.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. What is there not to love about my crazy behind? I'm just saying.
Now, I don't know. When you have your Alzheimer's moment, most people don't like you.
Oh, whatever. That's only you saying that. So that's your 1%. Don't play with me.
Nah,
Now
I
listen.
Iowa State is beating Utah 17-13.
Mm,
Stop
our
being so
state is,
scared.
yeah, our state needs this to stay alive. They also have a slimmer of hope of getting in there as well.
Hmm.
Now, before we go into our closing statements, it is time. It's that time of the show that we present a team and the fan base with a slow walking, sad singing award. You had a great year. You had a great year. You did your thing against South Carolina. You did your thing 2 weeks ago against our Georgia Bulldog. But I don't know what happened today.
Do 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 do
But you didn't come out
do
ready.
do
And as
do
a result for that,
do 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 do
this is officially the end of the road
do do
for the
do.
Ole Miss Rebels in Lane Kiffin.
Detail
You
Coming.
get, let me
Ted.
finish. You get the slow walking, sad singing award for week
Mhm,
13.
mhm.
Wah, wah, wah.
And
Hey,
like I always say, don't be sad. Let not your heart be troubled. There's always next year.
Or maybe the next.
so
Come
long,
so
farewell
well.
to
Yep.
you and you and you.
Now, hopefully, I don't have to do this again tomorrow. Do a special roll day to the ATL and come on here and give out some more slow walking, sad singing awards tonight. If some crazy things happen after we go off the air.
Uh, dun, dun. Detail.
Okay.
Ten hut half right face present fire.
How's the army doing? How's army doing today?
Do, do, do. It's
I told you that.
35 to see him.
I told
Uh,
you that.
Yeah.
I told you that. But I'm not gonna officially, they won't be officially out yet. We'll have to see what happened to them against Tulane. Okay, Sniper. Final thoughts.
um, please, 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 Alabama, please don't. Do not get this because I will wake up Armondo and say we need to go live for 10 minutes. Just get a
Bro,
slow put
I
nothing.
will be you know damn well you know me. I will be there. I will crank this thing up and go live. No intro, no nothing. We'll just go live.
Hey, listen, it's a
and
great game.
uh,
Great games earlier today. Hey, one thing I'm disappointed with my doggone dogs is that we gave up 21 points to UMass. And that really put a little bit of uh little bit of water in my frosting flakes. So I'm not happy about that. I'm glad we got the win. Damn near dropped 60 on them, but you allowed them to score 21 points. But Tennessee couldn't do that against us. So, hey, I could be a little excited about that. So, anyways, y'all have a good night. God bless. Make sure that you pray for each other, pray for yourselves, and I'll see y'all the next time.
Good
Sniper
night.
out.
Good night.
salute to you, Sikkim. Oh yeah, Sniper. I want to thank you for
You're welcome.
allowing me to vent on the phone in that first half. Even though I know you were laughing at me when we got off the phone. I know you were laughing. See, but thank you for listening. Thank you, thank you for being there to listen. 'Cause I needed somebody to vent to. Cause see, D Truth, he don't care. He ain't no Georgia fan. He an Auburn
Right.
fan. So I can't call him and vent to him. But it's been a great day in college football. Congratulations to Ohio State. You stood up. You stood 10 toes down. You stood on business. Hell of a win. Hell of a win. That's the Ohio State that I've been talking about all season. Uh, Great job, Florida. Listen. Y'all earned my respect when you did when you went toe to toe with my dogs, our dogs. When you went toe to toe with our dogs, you earned my respect that day. But man, what you did between what you did last week to LSU and what you did today, Uh, and I'll go as far as saying this: if Florida played Miami, if Florida was to play Miami next week, my money would be on Florida. If Florida
Mm.
was to play Texas A&M next week, my money would be on Florida. Florida and South Carolina are the two hottest teams in the SEC right now. They're the two hottest teams in the SEC right now. So um as of right now, only one slow walking, sad singing recipient is Ole Miss. But if we have to come back on here and do a breaking news, if
Mm.
something crazy happens in these 8 o'clock games, we surely will.
I
So
see you go, dogs.
hey, thank you all for coming out. Like I always say, be safe. If you're going out tonight, be aware of your surroundings. Stay warm. If you're in the Georgia area, it's going to get down into the 30s tonight. And like I always say, take care of yourselves and each other. And one last thing, no matter what, win, lose, or draw, or whatever, it's always go dog. Sick 'em.
Sick 'em. Ooh,
Woo,
ooh, ooh,
woo,
ooh.
woo. We got one more to go. And Kirby, stop the politicking. Please stop the
Hey,
politicking. Just
did
get
you
these
know?
boys ready to play next Friday. Stop the politicking, please. Just let everything's gonna work itself out. Just woosah and stop the politicking.
Hey, what? That's what I wanted to ask. What the heck is Georgia doing playing on a Friday?
I don't know, man. I don't know. But you remember originally Georgia Tech and Georgia used to play on Thanksgiving night every year.
That was so long ago.
Yeah. But I mean, Friday, Saturday don't matter.
No, no, man. You can
Hey,
get it whenever you want.
huh?
They can get it whatever day they
Yeah,
want.
yeah, we're getting yeah. Good thing about it, we had an early game today, so it balances itself out.
Mm-hmm. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good night.
All right, brother. You knew.
Good night. Good night. Yes, yes.
All right, take
Common,
us on out.
why common sense got to be such a chicken? I just want to know that much. Anyway, all right. So hello, thank you guys. Not hello. Thank you guys for coming through, and for those that are going to be coming later, thank you as well. And look, y'all ain't got to go home, but you got to get up out of here. See ya. Bye.
Go dogs.
Why you got to be a chicken? Common sense. Why you gotta be
Thank you, Ohio State Buckeyes. Thank you, Florida Gators. I know the Tennessee Volunteers fan base is really thank you. They singing and dancing on Rocket